One, two, three.
Okay, action.
Hi guys. Hi guys. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of the Beatles. I am your host, Margarita. With presentation. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of the Beatles. I am your host, Margarita. The topic for today's discussion is time management, and our guests are. So, Michelle, what's the definition for time?
Time is the period between certain events. That is to say, it's the period between an occasion.
Okay, Andrew.
Well, for me, normally some say that time is the period given to everyone, right? But time is actually an abstract. It's an abstract that exists only in thoughts or an idea. It has no physical explanation.
So, Andrew, your definition for time management?
Well, time management is just the proper use of your time. But everyone is given 24 hours to live. Not 24 hours to live, let's say, but 24 hours in a day. So time management is how you use the 24 hours. That's it.
Okay, Michelle.
So, time management is how efficiently you use your time. It is how good you manage what you have.
So, Michelle, why do you think we should manage our time?
Well, if you manage your time well, you're able to cover certain things you couldn't have done in a period. If you manage your time well, you're able to cover what you couldn't have done very quickly or very efficiently.
Okay, Andrew.
So, why don't you manage our time? I'll say to avoid procrastination. Because if you have your time, your day planned out, you allocated your time for everything, the procrastination will kind of be reduced because you know what you're supposed to do at this time. So you end your previous thing and go to what you're supposed to do. That will help bring procrastination to an end.
Okay, so can you suggest a way students can manage this on the time?
For that question, yeah, for me, let's pick some few topics. Let's say today you want to learn math, then maybe computer science, then maybe physics, then chemistry. Those are 4 topics, right? And you can't sit down and learn 4 topics, like 4 subjects. Sorry, 4 subjects. You can't sit down and learn 4 subjects continuously like that. You'll be tired. So let's bring a variable inside. Let's say anime. So you understand. Anime for me will help release your stress. It brings laughter. For example, if you are watching Naruto, it will bring about some kind of laughter, One Piece laughter and all that. So if you have, let's say, you have 4 hours, and 5 hours. And let's say you learn for 2 hours, you'll be tired. Your brain will kind of be like dull and all that. Let's say your brain is now kind of dehydrated. You see that your brain is kind of dehydrated. So like you need something like the anime. For me, I would recommend Naruto. Yes, you sit down and watch like Naruto for an hour to help you kind of like moisturize your brain a little bit. Yeah, I'm just using it as a variable. I'm not using the literal terms. So it's just kind of like help you to kind of regain your activeness and go back into your studies.
Okay, Michelle.
So, when it comes to a student's life, it's very dedicated. How well a student manages his or her time is in the student's own hands. So, for me, when I wake up in the morning, I have already planned my day on the previous day so that I I would be able to get time to do whatever I want to do. So if I wake up around 4 o'clock, I know that at 5 I'm supposed to be in class, and this is the subject I'm going to study. And then I go out at 6 to read attention like Henry said. He would watch anime. So I would go around chatting with friends because I'm very chatty. So that's what I do. And for every student, you must find out what you really like and then do it. I think after you are done with what you have planned to do.
Okay. So what you just heard are the views of Andre and Michelle on time management. So what you just heard are the views of Andre and Michelle on time management. So what you just heard are the views of Andre and Michelle on time management. Let's go for a break.
5.
Are you Chelsea?
I can't hear you.
Juventus?
Yes.
Because of Ronaldo?
Yes.
Oh, that man. He wants to come to United now.
United.
I'm shooting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of The Paintals. I am your host, Margarita. So today we've been joined by Reverend Father Andrew Joseph Campbell. I know a lot of you have heard about him because he's a very famous man. So we'll be asking him a few questions, so stay tuned. Hi, welcome to our studio.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Okay, so my first question. So who is Reverend Father Campbell?
Who is Reverend Father Andrew Campbell? I'm Andrew Patrick Joseph was my baptism name. But in Accra, I'm Andrew Patrick Joseph Nee Lante Campbell from Lante, Jawe. Because I worked in Accra for many, many, many years.
Oh, okay.
And I'm the firstborn boy of my family. So I'm Nee Lante. I was born 1946, 27th of March, which was a Wednesday. And I was born in Dublin.
So you're Quaker.
I'm Quaker.
Okay.
Quaker. And I was born in Dublin, which is in capital of Ireland, yes. That's where I was born. In our family, my mommy, my daddy, and there were 4 of us. Four children. I had a baby, a brother, but he died when he was a baby. My sister, she died in a motorbike accident. My mommy died, she was paralyzed, so I was only in the seminary 1 year when she died. My father died of cancer. He used to smoke, so don't smoke. He used to smoke, he got cancer. So there were 6 of us. We were a happy family, very, very happy family. And brought up in Dublin. And I went to primary school in Dublin. And I wanted to do secondary school. I wanted to go to secondary school. But when I was in primary school, I started reading about Africa in various magazines. Magazines on the missions. I used to read about missionaries, Irish missionaries coming to Africa and working in outstations and going on horses here and there. So I said, I'd love to go. And that's when I first began to become interested in Africa. Was when I read these magazines. And when I finished primary school, I was 13. And I wanted to go to secondary. My parents told me, I'm sorry, we've no money. You had to pay in those days because we had £10 for the whole year, which was a lot of money. So I went to work at the age of 13. I went to work in a wholesale grocer's. The first year I was on the back of a truck as a delivery boy. I used to go all over Dublin delivering goods like cornflakes, oatmeal, all these wholesale. And then the second year I was in the shop at the age of 14. I was looking after all the wholesale cigarettes, cheese, chocolates and all of those. And then it was when I was 15, then I went to the junior seminary over in England. And I was there for 3 years. I did my secondary school in Birmingham for 3 years. And then at the age of 18, then I went to the seminary. And that's when I started my training as for the priesthood at the age of 18. I joined the Divine Word Missionaries in Ireland.
So tell us something about your seminary days.
So I was there for 7 years in the seminary. Seminary was 3 years doing philosophy, 3 years novitiate, and then 4 years in another big seminary doing theology. We started off with 31 in our class, and it was great fun. We were very strict. You couldn't talk until 10 minutes to 11 in the morning, and you were allowed to talk for 10 minutes, and then quiet. And then after lunch, all meals were in silence.
Silence, was it like a rule?
It was a rule, yes, it was a rule. And then we went to play football. I played football every day. You go for a walk or you can play football. And then you could talk for a cup of tea between 4 and 4:50, then silence. So the silence was it was discipline. And the place was quiet. It was a time of prayer, a time of reflection, a time to spend time with God and get to know God. So it was strict. So I took my vows of poverty, vows of chastity, vows of obedience, and you take those at the end of your time there. And then I went on to Dublin, my major seminary studies in Dublin. And I was 4 years there. In the seminary, it was very fun, good class, very, very fine class, and very, very united together. We used to go to football matches together, to travel here and travel there. We studied together, and at the end of that, it was 1970. I took my final vows as a Divine Word missionary and volunteered to come to Africa, volunteered to come to Ghana. And I was ordained a priest in 1970, 20th of December 1970. I was only 24 years old at the time. I was young, 24 years old. And you had to get permission from Rome because you should be 25 when you're ordained a priest. So they got permission, and they gave me permission, and they assigned me then to come to Ghana. I volunteered for Ghana to come here. That was my seminary. They were happy years, they were good years, we were a good group, and I missed them all very much because we all went to different countries. We went all over the world. 2 of us came to Ghana. But one who came with me stayed 3 months and he went back home.
Why?
He wasn't happy here, he couldn't. He said, no, this is not for me. So we came out by boat. We left Liverpool on the 1st of October 1971. A big boat, big all-long boat. And we came on, it took us 13 days to go from Liverpool all the way down to Tema Harbour. And when you go through the Bay of Biscay, you know, your stomach is up and down, you're just, we got seasick. But it was good fun on the boat. And we arrived on the 13th of October 1971. And the other priest that was with me just lasted 3 months. He says, I can't stay, I'm going. Then I got word then at the same time as he left, I got word that my sister, my eldest sister, was killed on a motorbike accident. She was with her boyfriend in a car, knocked him down and killed her. So I had to go home for that and came back. And I'm here ever since.
Thank you. So when you were talking, you spoke about poverty. I'm interested in that. Can you tell me about it?
The vows, we take 3 vows. The vows of poverty, chastity and obedience. The 3 vows we take. Again, why do we take them? We take them to imitate the life of Christ. Christ lived a life of poverty. I don't get paid. I don't own anything. I have no bank account, I have no car, I have no house. We're dependent completely on the congregation we belong to. So if I'm sick, they take care of me. If I need something, they will take care of me. So I don't earn anything. Last time I earned money was before I joined the seminary. I got £10 a week. I remember that was the last time. So we don't earn anything. We don't own anything. We don't own a house. We don't own a car. Nothing. We're dependent completely. Life of poverty means you're dependent completely on God. Your whole life is in the hands of God. Money doesn't concern us. Money, property, land doesn't concern us. because our life is for God. We're living the same life as Jesus lived. That's power. Chastity. We don't marry. No girlfriends. Just our whole life is just for God. That you give your whole sexuality to God. You promise virginity right through to your life. Obedience, you're obedient to your bishop or obedient to your superior. Your whole life, you give your whole life to God because you imitate Christ. Christ lived a life of poverty, life of obedience, life of chastity. His whole life was a life. And why did he do that? Because in the next world, there's no property, there's no marriage, there's nothing. So Christ was living the life of the next world in this world. He was living the life of heaven in this world. And that's what priests and religious like myself do. We live that life, the next world in this world. So by our life, we're telling people, money isn't everything. Prestige and property and land isn't everything. There's something beyond here. There's something beyond this world. And that's God and that's heaven. And that's why we live this life as a sign of God in the world.
So, did you always know you'd become a priest?
No, I didn't. No. When I was a young boy, I played football like everybody else. I just played football. Every day I played football. I played basketball. I was like any other boy at the time. But it wasn't until I was around, 17, 18 that I felt this was going on, this calling to be a priest at that age. That's when I I didn't know what a mosquito. I never saw a mosquito. I didn't know what yam or fufu or banku or face to the wall. I didn't
Face the wall.
I knew all of those. I was completely new to all of these things. All of them. I didn't know anything. But I felt I want to come to Ghana. I want to come here and work with the people. So once I gave my life at the age of 18, I said, this is my life. I always remember when I was ordained a priest and I was coming out to Ghana. I stood on the boat, huge boat, and we're coming out the river from Mersey. It's the river in Liverpool. I was going to the river Mersey on the boat. And the next stop was Liverpool. I said, no, this is my life. I stood at the top of the boat. I said, Lord, here now. I'll give you everything. Next step.
So, when you saw the setting, you didn't want to change your mind?
I never wanted to change my mind. I've been here 50 years now. On the 13th of October this year, I'll be 50 years in. So I've seen lots of changes and lots of things have happened. I've seen a lot in 50 years.
So, have you been able to learn a few languages?
Well, not a few. I've been living in Accra all my time. I've never lived outside. So I live in Accra. I know little gap. That's what little gap is. That's what goes in Gante. Onuga. Onuga
You
Fifi.
have to respond. Okay, I'm a fancy. I'm lost. Okay. So, which congregation do you belong
I belong to the Divine Word Missions. We're the congregation for the whole world. The world is our parish. We're in South America. We're in India. We're in the Philippines. We're in Europe. We're everywhere. Over 5,000 to 6,000 priests and brothers are all over the world working. Parish work, school work, hospital, everything. So that's the congregation I belong to.
Do you choose your congregation?
Yes, we do.
Oh, okay.
You choose your name. I just had that. I used to read about them. And that's how I got to know them. I read about the magazine. They had a magazine called The Word Magazine.